Hey, okay. That's quite a way to start a video. Wagwan, it's me, Jacob Marriott, and welcome, Spectrums, to the channel. If you enjoy what this video is all about, please like, comment, and subscribe, etc., etc., whatever. Okay. So, England smacked Iran 6-2, and I have to say, England look really good. They look really compact when they're defending. They look really fluid in the movement of the midfield and the attack. And I like how different parts of the front three were dropping deep in order to create more space in the midfield for other players to attack in the spaces that they've left behind. And they overloaded the midfield of the Iran players in order to create more spaces in the wide gaps so that Trippier and Shaw could put in crosses into the box for the attackers to then try and get the ball from. I think it says a lot for Saka and Bellingham especially to be my man of the match or men of the match, because they were brilliant today. And not only were they brilliant as if they had been playing for more years than they really have been. Because remember, Bellingham's only 19 and he was a real box-to-box midfielder, and he showed his quality. He was dropping deep to stop the attacks of the Iran team when he needed to be. He put in a lot of tackles and interceptions, and he was a threat going forward, and he really broke up the play and created opportunities for other people to go into the gaps and spaces that he created with his diagonal runs in between the midfield players when he was being pressed. So I have to say, Bellingham, he really showed his leadership skills today and really got behind his team. He was a real team player. Now Saka, he's been doing what he's been doing at Arsenal for so long now, but you have to say he's really stepped up, and I feel like he's going for the jugular this World Cup. He's really going to show people that he has more than risen to the challenge that he had to go through when he missed the final penalty at the Euros. And you could tell in the interviews that the England players have had that they really feel like this year is going to be special. And I think I have to agree, because the way that the England team were playing, it was like they were, and it was Jermaine Genius that said this on the BBC Sport commentary. You might have heard of it if you were watching the game, but he said that England seemed like a club team. The integration and how they moved and how they shifted and how they took over each other's positions on the field was really cohesive, and it showed that they really worked together. And it's even more impressive at the fact that Gareth Southgate hasn't had much time to train with these lot, which shows the real togetherness that the squad shows. But really, yeah, I singled out Bellingham and Saka because their performances were really good, and Saka could easily have had a hat-trick. But really, the whole team had a great match, great performance. You know, Maguire had a goal and an assist. He's a real threat in set pieces because he's like an attacking centre-back. He's really good on the ball. He knows how to pick a pass, and he's solid, and he has very good positional awareness as a defender, which hasn't been shown at Man United, which really kind of emphasises the fact that the devil really is in the details, and it's bloody. I'm not gonna get into that, but yeah, Red Devils, you know. Also, I think it says a lot that Rashford immediately came off the bench and then scored, because it's not necessarily the fact that Rashford and Maguire are bad players. It's just more that they were lacking confidence within themselves in order to perform at the level that was required of them. So for them to hop in and put in the performance that they did was really saying something. This really says a lot. Sterling had a good game as well. He was very direct. He had moments. He got a goal as well. And the one thing about England I'd like to say is that we have real squad depth. So we had Saka, Sterling, I think Mount and Maguire came off because he suffered a concussion. And we have Rashford, Foden and Wilson and who was the other guy? Who came on? Dyer. Yeah. So it says a lot about the squad depth that England has now and the position that they can put themselves in if they need to chase the match down later on. If they happen to be behind, they could then chase the game down because of the amount of quality players that they have in each position now. And the thing is, I feel like Gareth Southgate made a very classy decision and a very smart decision to allow England to play in a back five when he first started, because that way the squad showed defensive resilience and the ability to create a low block that was effective against certain teams. But not only that, I feel like now that he's playing England in a 4-3-3, I feel like we're really going to see the freedom of the players of England now. And I think people are really going to be surprised at how well they'll play this World Cup. Because I won't make any predictions, but I had a feeling that this match especially was going to be a bit strange, and it was.
24 minutes of extra time. 24
of added time. 24 minutes. 14 minutes in the first half and 10 minutes in the second half, mainly because of all the debauchery of injuries and concussions and strange decisions made. Also, Iran were really tough to break down, and that was mainly because they were very smart at how they created fouls, but they were really aggressive, and there were a couple fouls that should have been fouls that weren't given the state of the game right now. I think it's interesting that certain decisions have been made on the pitch in the World Cup that wouldn't have been allowed to continue in the league competitions. So it'll be interesting to see what sort of controversies happen as a result of that. I don't want to go into the politics of the World Cup, but it is very indicative that for the first time we've had a winter World Cup instead of a summer one. I think it's a sign of the times, and I think after or during the World Cup we'll start to see why the timing of this event is key to the way that the world will go forward in the future. But yeah, England smacked Iran. Iran did well to hold on while they could. They had their best goalkeeper taken off, who was very integral in the way that Iran played out from the back, to distribute the ball on the wing very quickly with his throws and putting the team on a counter-attack. It was vital. But the thing is, the other goalkeeper, I forgot his name, he did a good job in deputizing for him. So yeah, but it goes to show how good England is, and I wouldn't be surprised if we made it to the semi-final. I wouldn't be surprised. I say the semi-final, but something tells me it might be interesting how far the rabbit hole goes. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick video on the game, and yeah, this is the Spectrums. I talk about anything and everything that interests me, so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the little analysis, and yeah, may God bless you.